Here is the 2025 Hyundai Tucson SEL in Hampton Gray. This year we get some style updates. We get technology updates. I'm Anthony from Hawkeye Rides, and I'm going to go over some pros and cons, the problem that I have with the new Tucson, and we're gonna start off in the front. LED headlights and daytime runnings that integrate into the rework grille with a fresh, flat Hyundai badging, as well as a new lower bumper, 7.1 inches of clearance just like last year, and up to 8.3 inches of clearance when you option the all-wheel drive. Underneath the hood, options the same 2.5 liter GDI inline four-cylinder with 187 horsepower and 178 pound-feet of torque that's paired to an 8-speed Steptronic automatic transmission, achieving 25 mpgs for the city, 33 mpgs for the highway. Now, the all-wheel drive will drop it to 24 mpgs for the city and 30 mpgs for the highway. And the reason why you may not want to choose the SE is because it's going to be standard with a 17-inch wheel. 18-inch comes on the SEL with convenience, as well as the XRT. The XRT is going to be a unique wheel design, and the Limited will have a 19-inch wheel. The lower skirt is going to flare out. No integrated turn signals on the side view mirrors, nor a moonroof unless you go into the SEL convenience. And optioning the Limited will give you a 360-degree reverse camera with blind spot view monitoring, which means it uses the cameras in the side view mirror to project on the gauge cluster, so you don't even have to look off the screen in order to see what's basically on your sides, as well as smart parking assist, which will move the vehicle forward in reverse. Towing up to 2,000 pounds on all trims, the SEL adds the roof rails. And to start off, the cons is no LED tail lights unless you go up to the SEL convenience, and that's the third trim. So you have to spend around 35 grand in order to get something that should be standard on a 2025 model. Reverse camera is going to be standard on all trims, and going against competition like Toyota and Honda, this is going to have the most towing in class as well as payload. The SEL starts with the power liftgate going into 41.2 cubic feet. You're going to have more or less a storage pocket here. Bag holders on both sides, 12-volt LED interior lights. Underneath the floor gets a spare tire, and you can also lower this down so you have a little bit more top-to-bottom space. Split fold the rear bench, you do so in the cargo. That's going to maximize cargo to 80.3 cubic feet of storage. 8-way power seat adjustment for the driver, 6-way manual seat adjustment for the passenger, cloth seats, heated front seats. H-Tech seat starts on the SEL with convenience. Leather is only going to be option on the Limited, as well as ventilated seats and memory for the driver. The interior of the Tucson has plenty of headroom and legroom for the front occupants. There is no pass-through, but they do optimize storage because we have a refreshed dashboard, which means we now have storage integrated in the passenger side, a curved one-panel, two-screen layout. The SEL will get a 4.2 information display that will go into the center. SEL Convenience adds a 12.3 digital cluster. In the center, we'll have a 12.3 informational display. Going up to the Convenience adds the navigation, dual climate control settings with a touchpad, and you still have physical knobs to turn on and off the sound system, the climate control, and to put it into navigation when you're using your wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, Sirius XM, AM, FM, HD radio. Put it into reverse, we get a reverse camera. The trajectory does expand. Click this little sub menu and you can change the layout for towing and to make it expand out for the whole screen. Wireless charging pad starts on the SEL. Push here and you're gonna have a 12-volt USB ports, a little storage pocket here, and the key fob for the new Tucson. Auto hold, which means you don't have to hold the brake at a stoplight, and it's going to be a little bit more sporty, opens up into a deep storage pocket. The steering wheel has been reworked. It's multi-function, new badging, door panel and dash configuring together just like last year, except it's a little bit different of a pattern, but it goes all the way into the rear. You're going to have some soft materials only where it needs to be, otherwise everyday materials. One touch up and down for the front windows with a long storage pocket and a large beverage holder carved out. Going up to the SEL convenience, we'll add the ambient lighting throughout the interior, as well as a moonroof, auto dimming rear view mirror, And the Bose sound system will only be optioned on the Limited as well as a heads-up display. For the back seats, you can also recline these. I would say right here is about the position I would like to sit. Leg space, not going to be an issue. You will have storage behind the passenger seat only. USB ports, cup holders with an armrest, and the door is going to have the same segment found in the front, except no soft materials and only a beverage holder carved out. Sliding into the center, the floor isn't flat, but you have enough feet space, butt, leg, and shoulder space, as well as knee space, and headroom isn't going to be bad at 6'3". The new Tucson, keeping the same powertrain, 187 horsepower, 178 pound-feet of torque, same suspension, reworking the dash, the technology, the front grille, the bumpers, wheel design. Did they do enough? That's what we're gonna see. The drive is going to be more or less the same though, and when you're going into the SEL, you get the cloth seats. So in the heat of Florida, it's not going to be too bad because once you sit in this seat, it's not going to burn your butt like the H-Tech seat or the leather seat. But I kind of like the leather seats because then you get the ventilated seats as the option with it, but only on the Limited trim. This is not a vehicle that's going to be for dynamics. This is more for your everyday drive. You get pretty decent MPGs. If you need more power, you option the hybrid or plug-in hybrid variant, and that's going to give you 258 horsepower combined. And when you're thinking about those numbers, that's 71 horsepower more than this. That's pretty crazy. I kind of wish that they threw a turbo variant in on this trim, so that way it would liven it up a little bit, because when you're thinking about competition, it outclasses everybody by all the capabilities that you can do, but it's the slowest variant in class. So pros to the vehicle is you're getting the upgraded technology that's found in the Santa Fe for a fraction of the price. I do like the styling for the front fascia, and I like that we've implemented a little bit more storage, as well as the new design for the steering wheel. Some cons is they have a lot of trims in which a lot of it is more or less tier based, even though you can still option some features. If you really want all the features, you have to go up into the Limited trim in order to capture them. Some other cons is they didn't do any upgrades to the performance, to the suspension, and I'm not trying to sound like I want a race car. I want an everyday vehicle, but I want something that has at least 200 horsepower stock. So therefore, whenever I'm going onto the interstate, I don't feel like I'm just hitting 5 RPMs to get up there. I get it, you're gonna be able to get up to traffic fine, but just think about traffic congestion whenever it is packed. It just would be nice that they did a little bit more of a refresh instead of just a few components changing. And that leads me to the problem that I have with the Tucson. They don't offer a turbocharge. They do offer a hybrid and plug-in hybrid variant, which gives you more horsepower, but I would like to see around 225 horsepower at least for the base engine option instead of 187 horsepower, because when I'm thinking about the rivals, I want to stand out a class a little bit more. So they do a great job in the sense of giving you everything else. It's just power, it does lack in that category. And let me know in the comments what you think about the problem that I have with the vehicle. And if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. Check out the next video, merchandise, website, and Instagram. Leave a comment and a like. And I'd like to thank Gettle Hyundai of Lakewood for giving us this 2025 Hyundai Tucson